this explosion of consciousness that I'm calling the 12th insight, we are moving into a wholeness of being, realizing that we have influence over other people, helping them to move into this consciousness as well. It's a natural filling up of our brains, connecting with a greater part of ourselves, in which we are firmly aligned with this divine plan, nothing less, to enlighten this planet and to bring a new culture to this planet. And in the future, we'll see greater and greater membership into this consciousness by more and more people, decision by more and more people to move into this consciousness and move out of fear, move out of conflict, but move into this consciousness as a solution to so many of the problems that we face. An environmental degradation that is coming from poor decisions by human beings in the interest of greed, in the interest of carelessness. It can all be resolved very quickly as people realize that there's a sacredness of nature that has to be protected. It's the place that gives us sustenance spiritually, and to treasure that. The same with poverty in the world, and neglect of children in the world. There are millions of people, literally, that come here to work with these kids. There are many more millions who come here to donate money to the resolution of poverty on this planet, that will all come to recognize the way they can be of service. Healthcare is too commercialized at this point, but can be infused with the caring for the human as a soul, our emotional states, our physical states, our energy states, and weaving that into a way of helping in medicine that is more effective, less intrusive, and less oriented around drugs. Governments everywhere are completely, almost completely corrupt and are influenced by special interest to make decisions for them rather than for the general welfare of people. Governments have become places to have a guaranteed employment check rather than a place to really work for the benefit of humankind. They can be much smaller, much more efficient, much less intrusive on individual freedoms, much less working for the benefit of the few in order to, and ready to move toward the protections of the many in a very effective way. Teaching will be transformed as we recognize the spiritual reality of life and what children need to know to suddenly become aware earlier and earlier of their spiritual nature. And there will be a great consensus about what that spiritual nature is across religions. We'll be able to transform the development of technology into something that is not designed for distraction, but that enhances the humanness and the soulness of everyone, and that eventually liberates us all to be free spirits with all the energy necessary, all the technology necessary to create economic well-being for every person. End evolution that so many people are trying to force on the world. That has to be evolved by enlightened people living honestly. But all these changes can happen just because each of us makes a decision in this moment of time to join the way of authenticity, the way of integrity, radical truth in the service of other people, realizing that this opens up immense spiritual power and creative ability to change the world and resolve the many conflicts that we face. To the Italian people, I would like to say how honored I am to be involved with you. It's so amazing the strengths of the Italian character, and especially the emotional strength that I would say waiting to be released openly. This is a strength of heart that many other cultures on the planet do not have. And as you hear about the 12th insight, this opening to a personal spirituality, one that you discover for yourself as a way to connect directly to the God of love that exists within you, that can download into you in a way that it increases your consciousness. And it takes only one small step to return to a honoring of absolute truth in your life, to say only what you think and know to be true, allowing that to evolve, being of service to other people as your first prevailing idea. Truth and service sets you free, opens you up to this immense ability that you never thought you had to formulate words, to make a difference with people, to change the world for the better. And I just honor you for your creative ways of the heart and this passion that you can bring to this earthly dimension fully enlarged by the Spirit within. So I thank you for being a part of this global consciousness and bringing your special truth to the world.